Guess what's back?
What's that?
Back again. Caitlin Clark.
Yes, she is.
Tell a friend. Pulled up from the parking lot. The second shot of the game. She had the first 2 points on the foul line. Then she had, then they scored a layup, and then she pulls up from logo, from where the 22 is basically on the Iowa court. Tash.
Pat McAfee just lit up the sports world, and he aimed that flamethrower directly at Angel Reese and the media circus trying to rewrite reality. This wasn't a gentle critique. It was a full-on, no-holds-barred sports talk smackdown. Why? Because Caitlin Clark just dismantled the Chicago Sky like she was playing a tutorial mode in NBA 2K. From the moment she stepped on the court, Clark was surgical, dropping logo threes like she was flicking pennies into a fountain, and whipping no-look assists with ease. 20 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. Her first triple-double of the WNBA season came against none other than Angel Reese. It was a statement, a message to the league, the critics, and especially to Reese. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to run this league. She just cooked them. You can yell until you're blue in the face, the proof's in the pudding. Caitlin Clark is her. And that's when Pat McAfee went off. The moment the buzzer sounded on the Indiana Fever's near 30-point beatdown, McAfee grabbed the mic and said what most were thinking but few had the guts to say. This wasn't about drama. This wasn't about personality clashes. This was about pure basketball dominance. Angel Reese? She gave it her all, but it looked more like an audition to be the misunderstood protagonist of a basketball soap opera. After all the talk, all the hype, all the media energy proclaiming that she was bringing eyes to the game, Reese finished with a stat line quieter than a late-night library. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark had cameras, fans, and stats screaming her name. The numbers? Historic. The Fever versus Sky matchup pulled in a record-breaking 2.7 million viewers, peaking at over 3.1 million. That's not just a good night. That's the most-watched WNBA game ever. And why? 2 words. Caitlin Clark. Everywhere she goes, arenas sell out, merch flies off shelves, and the league soars. Caitlin Clark is the draw. She's not just growing the game, she's redefining it. Angel Reese may be a solid player, but she's not keeping pace with the phenomenon that is Clark. Then came the now infamous foul sequence. Clark makes a clear take foul on Reese, textbook stuff. But what happens next? The internet doesn't blow up over the foul. No, it erupts over Clark herself. Suddenly, Clark is painted as the villain in a clip edited so precisely it should win a film editing Oscar. They clipped the video. They cut out the push on Natasha Howard and jumped straight to Clark making contact. Now she's the bad guy? Come on. McAfee called it for what it was: manufactured outrage. Lazy editing, cherry-picked angles, and hot takes meant to drive clicks. It was never about basketball. It was about spinning a narrative. And Pat wasn't having it. And let's be real, this happens every time. Clark and Reese can't just play basketball. Every interaction becomes a morality play. Reese throws an elbow, she's fiery. Clark responds with a hard foul. She's problematic. It's hypocrisy in HD. But McAfee didn't just defend Clark. He celebrated her. Her leadership, her poise, her Steph Curry-esque ability to change the geometry of the court, her Diana Taurasi-level poise under pressure, her Sue Bird-style floor command. But unlike those legends, Caitlin is moving the needle faster than any player before her. Her teammates are still adjusting to her game. Why? Because they've never seen it before. She's throwing dimes they don't expect, lobs that need instant reactions, and cross-court passes that belong in the NBA highlight reel. She's elevating the game and the players around her. As for Reese, McAfee didn't tear her down, he gave her respect. But he wasn't buying the drama, the flops, the TikTok tours, the post-game pouts. He said what insiders have whispered for months. Reese is turning into the villain in a rivalry that only one player is actually winning. She's great for headlines, but Clark, she's winning. And that's what matters. Because let's face it, rivalries are great for sports, but they only work when both sides deliver. And right now, Clark is bringing buckets while Reese is bringing baggage. McAfee didn't stop there. He called out the fear, the fear some analysts, pundits, and gatekeepers have about giving Clark her flowers. Why? Because she's steamrolling the narrative, changing the game, rewriting record books, and shifting power dynamics. A recent GM poll confirmed it. Clark wasn't just named best point guard and shooting guard. She was voted the player most GMs would build a franchise around. That's not hype. That's the opinion of people whose jobs depend on knowing talent. She's drawing fans from Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, you name it. Clark doesn't just fill seats. She moves cities. She's a one-woman stimulus package for the WNBA. But despite all this, the media still clings to old narratives. She's too confident. She's entitled. She needs anger management. Never mind that she led the league in texts because she plays with passion. Never mind that she walks away from confrontation with grace. Never mind that she helped Reese up after a hard foul, only to have the media twisted into more drama. The fans saw through it. They weren't buying the spin. They flooded timelines with support, with clarity, with the truth. Caitlin Clark isn't the problem. She's the standard. And while some WNBA veterans may not be ready to pass the torch, the numbers are. The fans are. The GMs are. The front offices are putting the fever in primetime more often than NBA teams like the Pacers or even the Lakers. The league knows where the draw is. This is the golden goose. She's rewriting records, packing stadiums, and making your league better. What more do you need? And he's right. You can like both Reese and Clark. You can root for the drama. But don't lie to yourself. One of them is winning games, leading teams, and shifting the future of women's sports. The other, she's moving conversations, not scoreboards. Even fans who've never watched women's basketball before are now locked in. They're not just seeing a player, they're seeing a revolution. A Steph Curry-like force that's transforming how the game is played and consumed. This isn't just about Caitlin versus Angel. It's about what happens when a generational talent storms the gates and dares to redefine the sport. It's not media hype. It's history in motion. So while the hot takes keep flying and the think pieces pile up, Caitlin Clark remains locked in, focused, driven, dropping dimes, breaking records, winning. Pat McAfee saw it. The fans saw it. Even the league is starting to admit it. And if you're still out here pretending she's overhyped, check the scoreboard. Caitlin Clark dominated. Angel Reese got humbled. And everyone else? They just got front row seats to a generational shift. And trust us, this is just the beginning. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss the moments of WNBA.